What's good, you lot? Today I'm going to be showing you how I record drums in my storage unit. So thanks to all the lovely comments on my last video. I thought I'd come back and do another one of me talking to the camera, if it's not too weird. So yeah, today, like I say, I'm going to be talking you through the process of recording drums for a track in my storage unit. So today we're going to be playing one of my pal's tracks. His name's Tom Byram. His latest tune is called Get It. And I thought this would be the perfect opportunity to show you how I go about taking a song when I'm first approached to do an online session, the process of recording and sending it back to the client. I hate using the word client when it's me pal, but yeah, here we go. So when I'm approached by a client, there's three things I usually ask them. Number one, what kind of influences do they have? Who do they tend to listen to? Number two, what kind of feel is the track? Is it a 4 to the floor? Is it a swung feel? And then number three, what kind of sound are they after? So I'm talking drums wise. Are they wanting a vintagey type sound? Are they wanting a tight snare, a fat snare, big cymbals, small cymbals? Now I've worked with Tom quite a few times in the past, so it was quite easy to understand what he was wanting. He quickly ran me through what kind of sound he was after and then sent the track over. So at this point, I'll start listening to the track. First time round, I'm not making any notes. Second time round, I'll start jotting down a rough structure, and the third time is when I'll just tighten up that structure to make sure that I've got all the bar lengths correct. Now if it's a demo song, I'll mark out the demo drums, make sure that I'm copying exactly what's on the track. But if it's not, I'll refer to the first three things that I asked them and start writing my own bits. So at this point, I'll then jump in my car and head to my practice room. I try not to listen to it more than 3 times, just because I'd like to keep it as kind of fresh as possible, so that when I hit record at my unit, I can get down my original ideas. So when I arrive at my unit, I'll have a quick warm up, probably playing to some pretty intense music, and from there I'll make sure that I have the drums set up for the sound that I'm after. Now I'll give you a quick rundown of the gear that I'm using for this session. I won't go too much into detail, but if anyone wants to know, just drop me a comment. I can let you know more in depth of what I've used. I decided to go with a vintage Ludwig today. It's a 1966 Super Classic, 22-inch kick, 13-inch rack and 16-inch floor. Then I've got some big old Sabian cymbals to go with it. So mics wise, I'm keeping it quite simple with this one. I'm using 8 mics in total, 1 overhead, 1 behind my right shoulder as a recorder man style, 2 rack toms, so 1 on the 13, 1 on the 14, snare top, snare bottom, kick in, kick out. And that is my 8 microphones in total. Sometimes I'll whack up a room mic, sometimes I'll whack one in between my 2 rack toms, sometimes I'll require a hi-hat mic. It completely depends on what the client's after. So these 8 microphones run into 2 different interfaces. We have a Focusrite Sapphire Liquid 56 and a Focusrite Sapphire Pro 40. The Liquid 56 preamps are the 2 that have my overheads running into, and then the other 6 microphones are scattered about between the 2. All of that is running into my MacBook Pro into Logic Pro X, and I'm listening to it all through my Cosmic Ear CE5P, I think, in-ears. So when recording the drums, I'll try and make sure that I've got 3 takes in total. The first take will be the exact replica of the demo drums that were originally on the track. The second take will be influences of the demo drums and some of my own personal stuff in there. And the third take is just what I would interpret the drum part to be for that song. I tend to find that producers will use a mixture of the 3 to make sure that they're getting kind of what they're after. However, what I'll tend to do is bounce those 3 out, send them as MP3s, see what the client thinks, and then if they've got any adjustments that need to be made, I can do them then and there. So yeah, once that's done, it's kind of simple from there. Send off all of the raw files as WAVs in separate folders, making sure that I also send off single hits for each one of the drums that I've used, just in case the producer or the engineer at the time would like to have single hits as an option. And then yeah, ka-ching, money in the bank. So another video down. I hope I didn't throw too much information at you, and if I didn't throw enough, let me know in the comments what you want to know. I can run you through more of what I use, other microphones that I use, miking techniques that I found that have worked well. Thanks again for watching, and I guess I'll see you in the next one. Nice one.